welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to my channel. I had lost my train of thought for like 2 seconds. So, welcome back to my channel. And today I'm gonna do the What's in My $1,000 Sephora Fantasy Basket. And this was originally created by Emily Noel, and she is like one of my favorite bigger YouTubers that I watch. And she just came up with this idea of, you have this fantasy $1,000. What would you get if you had that to spend? And I just went on the Sephora page. I have my laptop right here. I have my MacBook here with me. And it's I'm on my MacBook here, and I already went through and added everything. I just went through the alphabetical, kind of like Teresa's Dead did. She went just straight into the brands alphabetically. I went in straight into the brands alphabetically, and I just started adding things to my cart, and I didn't even pay attention to the price. I was just pretty much, for me, it was more like if I had an unlimited amount of money for to spend at Sephora or whatever. Like if Sephora said, "Hey, you can get whatever you want, and it's on us." That's pretty much what I did. Because I'm gonna tell you in the end how much my basket came out to, just by going into the brand section and going alphabetically through all the brands to see which things I wanted and everything. So I'm going to go through this list with you and just kind of maybe explain as to why I chose this product, and why it ended up in my basket. So one of the first things I see, and it was at one point in alphabetical order, but I guess where I've closed it out and reopened it back up, it just jumbled it all. So this is going to be like in no particular order. But the first thing I noticed at the top of my basket is the Charlotte Tilbury Film Star Bronze and Glow Contour Duo. And there's so many people on YouTube that talk about this little duo of a bronze, and I think it's a highlight. And there's several people that say that it's just not worth it and they don't like it. But then there's other people that have said that they really loved it and it was their favorite one to use for contour and highlighting from Charlotte Tilbury. So I would like to get it just to try it and see how it is, and if it's worth the hype, or if everybody's right and it's just not worth it from her. But yeah, I added that one, and that one is $68. It's kind of expensive. That's probably why it's still not been bought yet. The next thing I have here is the Sol de Janeiro My Soul Stick SPF 50. And it is a stick SPF. And I have that in my cart. And that one is like a realistic. I would probably actually buy it, especially for the summertime, because I want like a stick SPF to put on my face when I'm at the pool. We go to the pool during the summer. Once the pool opens, we are in the pool every weekend until the pool closes. So I could use like a stick SPF that I feel like would be better on my skin. I don't know why I feel like Sol de Janeiro would be like better on my skin to put on my face, but in my head that SPF is just like, it's gonna be better for my skin than a normal SPF. I don't know. It's just, I think it's going to be better for my skin than your just normal spray on your body type of thing. But it's only I said it's only $26. It's one of the cheaper items I think I'll put in my cart. The next thing I have is the Huda Beauty Obsessions eyeshadow palette. And I have it in Amethyst because it's purple. That's why. That is the whole reason I added. I don't have any Huda Beauty palettes, and I heard they're not really worth the hype. But I put that one in my cart just because it's purple, and I love purple, and I have an unlimited amount of money that I can, in my fantasy, get at Sephora. So I'm just going to add that one in there. And it was $27, which is really not that expensive either. And the next thing I have is the Fenty Beauty by Rihanna, the Face Shaping Brush 125. And this is the brush that goes with their cream blush and their cream bronzer. I would like to have that just used with the cream blush and the cream bronzer I have. Everybody talks about how it just blends out the bronzer and everything effortlessly. And yeah, it's just something I would like to have to use with it. And it's $34. And the next thing I have is the KVD Vegan Beauty Locket Hydrating Primer. Now, back when KVD was Kat Von D's beauty brand, I got a sample, and I think it was from Sephora. I think it was Sephora gave me, or I chose the sample. Either way, I got a sample from Sephora of the Locket foundation and the Locket this hydrating primer, and when I used them together on my face, it was my favorite full coverage foundation. And I don't know if I like the foundation because I had the hydrating primer underneath it or what, but it was just a sample. And ever since I had that sample, I've been wanting, and I just haven't bought it yet, but I've been wanting to buy it, and this was years ago. I want to say like 3 or 4 years ago I tried it, and this was when I was working in a bakery, so I was like testing it, and it's really hot in there, especially in the summertime, so I kind of put it on and tested it while I was working that whole 8-hour day, and by the end of my shift, even with hot, sweating, everything, my makeup still looked the same. It still looked flawless. So yeah, I have that in there because I do want to get like a non-sample size to try and see if maybe it was just in my head that it looked so good or if it really was good. So the next thing I have in my cart is, oh, and that was $34. I don't know if I mentioned that. The next thing I have in my cart is the Too Faced Melted Matte Liquid Lipstick, and it's in the shade Queen Bee because I have the mini version, which also I think I got from, I think that actually came in a Sephora play. And I've been in love with it ever since I got the mini version. And I think I still have a little bit left in the mini version, but I also think it's went bad because it kind of tastes like Play-Doh now instead of the like vanilla flavor they normally have. So, hold on. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, I forgot to close my bedroom door before coming in here, and when the air conditioning kicks on, it's really loud. And I found out in one of my videos that you can hear it in the background. So I went to close the door, and I'm back now. And back to this Too Faced Queen Bee lipstick. Every time I wear this lipstick, I get compliments on my lipstick. Everybody talks about how beautiful it looks on me. And it is like the perfect pinky purple shade. I just love it. And I want to get a full size, but I haven't yet. And it's $21. The next thing I have in my fantasy basket is really expensive. It's the Natasha Denona Lila eyeshadow palette. And the whole reason I have this in here is because the pinks and purples in it, and they just look so gorgeous. Even though I heard that palette really wasn't that good, it wasn't worth the hype. If I had a fantasy amount of money that I could spend whatever I want, I would want to get that palette because pinks and purples, why else? And it's $129, and that's why it's still at Sephora. And it'll probably stay there unless it becomes on a really big sale. The next thing I have in my cart is the Huda Beauty, I don't know, a lot of Huda Beauty I think ended up in here. I have the Huda Beauty Pastel Obsessions eyeshadow palette, and I have it in the Lilac Obsessions because purple. You see a theme here? It was $29, but I think it just looks really pretty. I'm not sure about those shades in it that look like tiger stripes. There's one that's like pink and purple, and it looks like tiger stripes on it. I'm just not sure about that, but it just looks really pretty. It's pastel. I have an unlimited amount of money. I'm gonna get it. Yes. The next thing I have is the Fenty Beauty by Rihanna, the Cheeks Out Freestyle Cream Blush. And I have this one in the shade Petal Poppin' because Kate the Great Beauty here on YouTube cannot shut up about how good Petal Poppin' is in, in in the Fenty Beauty Cream blushes. She talks about how that's her favorite shade, and yeah, I want to try it, and it's something realistically that I could probably buy because it's $20, so that's not a really expensive price. So the next thing that popped up is Charlotte Tilbury again. I think a lot of Charlotte Tilbury ended up in here. I have another Charlotte Tilbury, and this is the Eyes to Mesmerize Cream Eyeshadow. And I have it in the shade Rose Gold. And I added this because, once again, Kate the Great Beauty. And she's not the only one. There's others on here that I've seen. She's the one I can remember off the top of my head. She said that these are really good for like a one and done eye look if you're in a hurry and you just have time to throw on your base and you want a little bit something on your eye. You can just dip it in the pot, put it all over your eye, and it's quick, easy, and on the go. And they said it was really good. It lasted all day. And I just want to try it because back in the day in the 90s when I was really into makeup, I used to have a cream eyeshadow. It was like a frosty lilac shade, which I've yet to see any type of cream eyeshadow shade like that. But yeah, I would want to try it just to see how it is and about the one and done type of thing. So if we were in a hurry and I didn't have a lot of time to put makeup on, I could just do that and look good. And that one is $32. The next thing I have is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Setting Powder. And it's in the fair because I'm as pale as a ghost. And I put that in here because everybody talks about how amazing and airbrushed it makes you look. They said even using it as a setting powder under your eyes, it looks so good because it is so finely milled and creamy and gorgeous and just silky and smooth. And so I want to try it. And it's in my cart of fantasy. I would get it. It's $45, and that's why it's still at Sephora. The next thing I added was the Pat McGrath Labs Mothership 8. It's 8, right? Yeah, 8. Artistry Eyeshadow Palette and Divine Rose 2. So I did not get this. I did not get this on launch day. I tried to get the duo because they had that limited edition pink packaging. I didn't get the limited edition pink packaging on this one, but I did get it on the first Divine Rose palette, which I didn't have that one yet, so I was glad to have it. And I was holding out to get this one, thinking that maybe she would release one more time in the pink packaging on her website, but the last time I looked, the pink was gone. So I do really want this look. I really want this palette, mainly because of the bright pink shade that's in there and the trichrome shade that's in there. But yeah, if I had an unlimited amount of money, I would get it. And it's still at Sephora because it's $125. And I just can't do it. The next thing I have is the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder in Erythral Light. I've heard a lot of good things about the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powders and stuff, and I just added that because if I had an unlimited amount of money, I definitely want to try it to see if it's worth the hype that everybody says about Hourglass being really good. And that one is $48. The next thing I have on my list is the Patrick Ta Major Beauty Headlines Double Take Cream and Powder Blush. And I have it in this shade. I have it in the shade She's That Girl. And that's like a pinky. It's more of the pink one that they have. And I added that one. And I added that one because of Kate the Great Beauty again. Once again. Was talking about how good these were. She did a live stream using them, and ever since then I've wanted to try them because they looked so gorgeous on her face. So I added that, and they're $34, so it's not like astronomically expensive, but it's definitely more out of my price range. The next thing I added was the Marc Jacobs Beauty Omega the Mega Bronzer Coconut Perfect Tan in the shade Tantastic. Because, you know, I've just heard about this forever, about it being just such a good bronzer. And I'm curious to see if it would be any good. And it's $49. The next thing I added was the Tatcha Liquid Silk Canvas Featherweight Protective Primer. And you know what? I might end up with this eventually one day when I get another job and I can afford it. But it's $52. And I've been wanting to try this because Teresa's Dead talks about, everybody is saying it's so much better than the putty primer, the liquid one is. Then it makes your face smoother and everything. And I do have some sample packets that I got from the last order that I placed at Sephora. And I'm wearing it under my foundation that I have on today. And I do have to say, it really smooths out your skin and moisturizes it, and it feels really soft after you put it on. So I would definitely want the full-size version of it. But I have a whole bunch of samples that I can use in the meantime until I have money to get it. The next thing I have is the Cheeky Stamp Kaja, the Cheeky Stamp Blendable Blush. And I got it in the shade Saucy. And I just got this because it's cute. It's like a little heart stamp. You stamp it into the cream type blush below, and then you stamp the heart on your cheeks, and then you blend it out. Just because it reminds me of really cute kids makeup, and the preteen in me. The preteen in me is just saying I need to have it. And this realistically I could have one day. It's only $24, so I feel like realistically I'll have it eventually one day when I have money. The next thing I have in my cart is the Voss Sweet Violet Fun Size Eyeshadow Palette. And it's only $18, so I definitely think one day I'll have this one too, because I want it. There's so much gorgeous purples in this one that I need to have it eventually. It's just so pretty and purple. And it's my purple fantasy. Yes, I need it. And one day I shall have it, but right now it's not going to happen because it says it's out of stock now. Now it's out of stock, so maybe one day when I have money and it's in stock, I'll definitely realistically pick up that one. The next thing I have in my basket is the Nude Sticks Tinted Cover Foundation. And I have it in the shade 1.5. And it's $35. And I do want to try this just as maybe like a summer foundation, because I do like lighter weight, not as much coverage in summertime when I'm doing my look. Like I do more cream blushes, cream bronzer, stuff like that in the summer. And I've seen Kyla Fish, I think is who I've seen use it, and Tara Brooke on YouTube I've seen use it, and I would just like to try it and see how I liked it and how it compares to like my other tinted moisturizers I have, like my ColourPop Pretty Fresh one I have here, to see if it's as good as like that one. This one is pretty much the only one I have for summertime, is this ColourPop Pretty Fresh one. That's the only tinted moisturizer I have right now. But I would like to try it just to see how it is, if it works for my skin tone and all that. The next thing I have in my cart is the Urban Decay Born to Run eyeshadow palette. And it's $49. I've been wanting this palette since it came out so many years ago. And I still want it because I just love all the different colors in it. And it's just colorful and gorgeous and appeals to me and some people. And it's such mixed up reviews because some people love it and they really love the eyeshadow palette, and other people say that it's just not that good. The formula's not that good, and I hear a lot of Urban Decay's formula is just not good anymore. They need to reformulate and rebrand, and yeah, that one's in my cart. And if I had a fantasy amount of money and I won the lottery or something, then yes, I would have it. The next thing I have in my cart is from Briogeo. It is the Be Gentle, Be Kind Banana plus Coconut Superfoods Nourishing Hair Value Set. That was a mouthful. And it's $56. And I probably would definitely hire. I'm going to say if I had money, I would realistically buy this because I have the Briogeo shampoo right now. And it's not in this banana coconut one, but it came with like a sample of the banana coconut one. And I really like the smell and everything of that one. So I would just get that because it smells good. And my hair does look better using the Briogeo. I feel like my hair is more clean and it stays clean longer using the Briogeo shampoos. So, yeah. I would definitely pick that up because I like the smell. The next thing I have is the Huda Beauty, the new Nude eyeshadow palette. And it is $65. Now I have this one in my cart because I've wanted it since it first came out, and I just haven't gotten it yet because it's $65. That's expensive, but I still want it, and I would still get it if maybe it was on sale or something. But it's just my neutral shades. If there's a neutral palette, that is my neutral shade palette. That's the palette that I would probably realistically be an everyday palette for me. But yeah, I would not purchase it unless it's on sale because $65 is a lot of money. In the spirit of saying $65 is a lot of money, the next thing in my cart is the Lomaira, the moisturizing soft cream. And it is a 1 ounce container for only $180. So the bougie part of me really wants this Lomaira moisturizing soft cream because Michelle Wang here on YouTube talks about how good that cream is on your face. And then I heard Teresa's Dead here on YouTube talk about how good that cream was, and she was hating herself because she liked it so much better than Tatcha. But this price, dang. I don't think I'll ever have this unless I actually do for real win the lottery. Because I can never bring myself to spend $180 on a face cream. But I wish I could have like a sample or something just to try it and see if it's any good. Maybe if Sephora put it in their little rewards thing where you can use your points to get it. Then I would get the sample to try it just to see how it is. Because it seems so bougie and everybody talks about how amazing and soft your skin is after using it. So, on to the next one. The Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Matte Bronzer. Now I put it in the shade medium because I heard that this one is really good bronzer. Like it goes on light and you can really build it up. And I just heard it's a really good bronzer and I want it. I heard that this bronzer was really good. It goes on lighter and it builds up, which I love in a bronzer. I love when they'll go on a little bit lighter and build up because I have a tendency to be heavy-handed on all my products. So I definitely need something that's more buildable. And it is $55. And that's why it's still there. But I definitely, if I had won the lottery or Sephora was like, go ahead and get whatever you want and have a shopping spree on us, then I would get that one. The next thing I have is the Kaja Beauty Bento Bouncy Shimmer Eyeshadow Trio. And it's in the shade Glowing Guava. And it's only $21 for this. I feel like that's more realistic. And I added this to my cart just because I've heard many people talk about how good Kaja's brand is. And they're nice for like eye toppers and stuff like that. So I want to try it. And it's in my usual like pinky type shade that I like. So I'd want to try that if I had money. Infinite amount of money. The next thing is the Nars Eyeshadow Quad Orgasm Collection. I just added this because it's my neutral pinky mauves that I love. So that's why I added it. Is it worth the money? I don't know. This one's in the color Orgasm X. And it's $52. I mean, I didn't hear the greatest reviews from YouTube on this. But I think YouTube is just over Nars using their Orgasm is like everything. It's now a lip gloss, a lipstick, eyeshadows. There's probably a face palette or something that's Orgasm. But, yeah, I would still try it if I had money because it looks really pretty. and it's my everyday neutrals type of look. The next thing I have in here is the Lancome Advanced Genifique Anti-Aging Face Serum. And I put this in my cart. Oh, it's I put the 1.69 ounce thing in my cart, and it's $105. That's why it's still here. But I did get a sample of this, and I think my Sephora Play one time back when Sephora had this Sephora Play. And my skin never looked better than when I used that serum on my skin. But then when I ran out and I wanted to purchase the full size, I seen the price and just never got it. I don't know if I'll ever get it unless I win the lottery or start making millions of dollars or something. Is it $105 is a lot for a serum. The next thing on my list is also, here we are again with the Charlotte Tilbury. I have the Charlotte Tilbury Hot Lips Lipstick 2, and the color is JK Magic. And I just added this to my cart because it's a gorgeous packaging, first of all. And second of all, it is a pinky peach nude. So, you know, I'm the basic white girl with her nude lips. That's what I like. But it's also $37 for a lipstick. And I haven't gotten it because I can't bring myself to spend $37 for a lipstick. I think it's a lot of money. And I could use that to get something for my child instead. The next thing I have is the Tower 28 Beauty Beach Please Tinted Lip and Cheek Balm. And I put it here in the color Magic Hour. And it's only $20. So I can realistically see me buying this in real life too, not just in the fantasy. And the color is just like a really pretty, like, I want to say pink type of color. It's a pinkish color, but like a deeper pink color. And it just looks really pretty. And I do hear Tara Brooke here on YouTube, and also Kyla Fish here on YouTube talk about how pretty the cream blushes are from Tower 28. And I think also Kate the Great Beauty might have talked about it too. And I would just like to try them and see if they're really as good as people say. The next thing I have in my cart is the Milk Makeup Lip and Cheek. It's the Milk Makeup Sticks. It's the lip and cheek one in the color Swish, which is like the really, really like pink shade. And it's $28. I wish I had this in like the mini, then I would realistically buy it. People say you can never go through the whole thing of the full size of the milk sticks. But I do want to try it. I've seen it one time here on YouTube used by, and I can't remember her name now. She's from Sweden, but she uses the milk makeup and she's used it quite a few times, and it's like a neon pink and it just looks so gorgeous. I would want to try it, but I don't know if I would spend $28 on it. I wish they had it in a mini size, and that's like the only one that doesn't come in a mini, because the minis I think were only like $15. So I would definitely spend $15, but $28, not really. The next thing I added was the Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow PHA plus BHA Pore Tight Toner. So this is $34. And I added it to my cart because it says Pore Tight Toner. I could use anything, any help with my pores, and I'll take it. And I have heard some good things about this, so I'd want to try it just to see how it is and how it does with my face and everything, if it would help, like, tighten. I doubt it. That's just, like, words they use to get you to buy it. But I definitely will want to try it and see if how it would react with my skin and everything, since I have drier skin. But yeah, it was $34. The next thing I have is the Charlotte Tilbury Cheek to Chic Blush and Pillow Talk collection. It's the Pillow Talk collection. I got it in Pillow Talk, which just looks like a really pretty mauve-y color blush. And it's like a darker outside and then has a lighter inside. And I just want to try it because I've heard a lot of people talk about how good they are, and I want to try it and see if it's any good. And it was $40. Oh, I added another one. I really thought I had an unlimited amount of money here. So the next thing I added to my cart was the Tarte Chrome Paint Shadow Pot, another one of those. But I added it in the shade Wild at Heart, and it's $22. And this one looks like more of a lighter baby type pink. And I think it would be great for like a one and done eyeshadow look. Maybe throw some bronzer in the crease and then put that on, and you're ready to go. So I would want to try that. And realistically, I might get that in real life. I don't know. If it's only $22, so I don't think it's too bad. So the next thing I added to my cart was the Vizier Paris Edit eyeshadow palette. It's $39. And I got this just because it appeals to the... I seen where Emily Noel actually did a review on this palette. And it just appeals to the girly side of me because it looks just so feminine and girly, this palette does. So I'd want to try it. It looks like my usual neutral shades that I really like. Okay, the next one is the Tarte Sea Breezy Cream Bronzer in Seashells. It's $29. Maybe one day I'll pick it up, because I don't think $29 is too bad. You know you've been doing too much high-end makeup when you think $29 for a bronzer isn't bad. If you just do drugstore, that's like really bad for a bronzer. But I don't even think drugstores don't have no cream bronzers, do they? You have to let me know in the comments down below. Is there a drugstore cream bronzer that I don't know about? Or a cream blush? Well, there is a cream blush, but cream bronzers? I don't think drugstore has any cream bronzers. Anyways, getting off the topic. I added this one because I seen Kelly Strack here on YouTube. She used this, and it just looks like the most gorgeous bronzer on your skin. And I'd want to try it and see how it is. It looks really pretty. I think other people have used it too that I've seen, and it looks really pretty. And I'd want to try it and see how it looks on my skin. The next thing I added was the Nars Orgasm Oil Infused Lip Tint, and it is in the shade Orgasm, and it's $26, which I think is kind of expensive for a lip tint, especially a lip oil that's a lip tint, but it looks like a gorgeous shade of pink, like a really pretty pink shade that I just need to have apparently if I have an unlimited amount of money. The next thing I have in my cart is the Becca Cosmetics Shimmering Skin Perfector Pressed Highlighter in Own Your Light. It's $38, and it looks kind of like a unique shade to a highlighter. I've never seen this type of shade. It's like, I don't know, like a pinky orange shade. I don't know. It looks really pretty. I don't know if it would be too dark for my skin tone. I'm wondering that now that I'm looking at it. But it just looks like a unique highlight that I definitely don't have that shade in my collection right now. So I would like to try it, and I've heard some good things about Becca Cosmetics highlights. They used to be a big thing back in YouTube earlier days. And the packaging just looks gorgeous. It's like gold pink gorgeousness. The next thing I have is a Charlotte Tilbury Cheek to Chic blush, and this one I got in the shade Love Glow, and it's just like a beautiful pinky coral shade, and it's $40. It's the same as the other one that I had in Orgasm, but was it Orgasm? But it just looks gorgeous. Next thing I have is the KVD Vegan Beauty Locket Foundation. So remember I was talking earlier about the Locket Hydrating Primer. This one's a foundation, and I have it in the shade Light 44 Cool, and it's $37. So the Light 44 Cool is the one that I had in the sample packet I got, and that's the one I used on my skin. It was like the most perfect shade for my ghostly pale skin. It was like my perfect match for foundation. And it has a really sucky foundation range. But I would want it just to see if it's as good as the sample was. And I would get it in my fantasy. But I've been wanting it for years now, and I still haven't bit the bullet, and it's $37. The next thing I have is the Kaja Beachy Stamp Blendable Liquid Bronzer. And it's in the color Shady, which is the lighter. I think there's only 2 shades, and it's the lighter of the 2 shades. This one is a star stamp instead of a heart stamp, like the blush. It's a star stamp. And it's $24, and I want to try it just to see how it is, because I've heard some good things about Kaja. Now I want to try some of their products and see how they are. Next thing I have is from Kaja too. It's the Beauty Bento Bouncy Shimmer Eyeshadow Trio in the shade Rose Water, and it's $21. I did add these because these are just all shimmer eye trios. I added these because I've seen Spooky Lips and Fat Hips here on YouTube. She had a video where she was doing like all her eye toppers, and she was talking about how gorgeous these were as eye toppers. So I would want those to try. The next thing I added was the Milk Cosmetics More Eternal Illumination Highlighter, and it's $39. And I added it because it's a gorgeous like rose gold pinky shade, and there's a skull stamped in it, so it's like gorgeous stamp in it. And I think Teresa's dad had this one time on her. I don't remember what she thought of it, but I just got it because the shade looks really pretty, and I like the skull stamp that's in it, and it's really pretty. The next thing I have is the Tatcha the Dewy Skin Cream. It's $68 for a 1.7 ounce container of it. It's expensive, but not as expensive as the Lomaira. But I definitely want to try it to see how it would do with my dry skin. I do have to say I did spend money on Tatcha, and I have it sitting there waiting for when I'm done with my moisturizer I'm using now. But I have the water cream. I got it in the special edition packaging that they had. That was like a bigger container, and then it had like cherry blossoms all around it. I had to have that packaging, so I did get that one. But I do want to try this one because I heard this one could be good for like really dry skin. So I would like to try it and see how it is. The next thing I added was another Fenty Beauty by Rihanna Cheeks Out Freestyle Cream Blush. This one is in the shade Drama Class, and this is a straight up purple cream blush. It's a purple cream blush, and it's $20, and I would realistically get it because I love purple, and I would love to see how that turns out being blended on the cheek because it's really purple. But I want to try it to see how it is. The next thing I have is the Pharmacy Honey Potion Renewing Antioxidant Hydrating Mask, and it is $56 for 4.1 ounces. And I want this to have added this to my cart because great. You can tell I've been filming for too long already on this because I'm starting to mess up my words. But Kate the Great Beauty, she talked about how good this mask is in one of her live streams. And ever since then, I've wanted to try it because she said it was made her skin look so good and hydrated and plump. So, yeah, I want to try it and see if it does the same for my skin. The next thing I have in here is the Pat McGrath Labs Lust Lip Gloss. It's the Divine Rose collection. And I have it in the shade Peach Perversion. And it's $28. And I do want to try it because it just looks like a gorgeous pinky peach shade. And I think I've just been loving glosses. And I'm curious how her formula of gloss is. Although I've heard it's really good. The next thing I have on here is the Tarte Maracuja Hydrating Tinted Moisturizer. And I have it in the shade 13B Fairlight Beige. And it's $29. And I've heard, and this is another thing I would like to have for like a summertime type of foundation. Just a tinted moisturizer for the summertime. I've heard really good things about this. So I want to try it and see. Well, in my shade. I do actually have a sample of it somewhere here that I got when I ordered off of Sephora. It was one of the things you could get a sample of. So I did get a sample to try and I really liked it. But it was in a neutral shade. And I would want to get one that's in a more of a a beige, cool tone type of shade for me. It's $29, so I don't think that's bad, and I could see myself realistically getting that one day when I have more money. The next thing I did not get it. The next thing I added to my cart was the Natasha Denona Mini Bloom Blush, and it's just looks gorgeous. It's $19. I could realistically see myself getting this one day because it's $19. It's not bad for Natasha Denona. That's not bad at all. And it just looks like a really pretty, like, pinky peach coral type of shade. And I've seen Teresa's dad got it, and she reviewed it and said it was really gorgeous on the cheeks. So I want to try it and see how it is on my cheeks. The next thing I got is the Nars Blush, and I got it in the shade Orgasm because this is like old school YouTube. People used to rave about this blush, and it used to be everybody's favorite blush. I can't talk anymore. And it's $30, so I want to try it and see if it's really as good as it used to be, if it's worth the hype. Okay, the next thing I have is another Kaja Beauty Bento Bouncy Shimmer Eyeshadow Trio. And it's in this one's in the shade Sparkling Rosé. It's $21 like all the others. And yeah, I think it would just be cute to have it as an eye topper. Or maybe something where you could just throw the bronzer in the crease and just take one of those shades all over your lid for a quick on-the-go look. And I would want to try it. The next thing I added was the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Longwear Foundation. And I got it in the color 2 Neutral because at the moment I'm a little bit more neutral. I guess from going to the pool, and you can see I'll have a little bit more of a neutral undertone in the summertime, I guess. And I got this one. It's $44. I've heard really good things about this Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Foundation. I have the Airbrush Flawless Filter, and I really like that as like a primer underneath your foundation to make everything, it really is glowy and it shines through your foundation too. So I want to try the foundation to see how it is. The next thing I added to my cart was the Fenty Beauty by Rihanna Pro Filter Hydrating Primer. This is $32. Now I added this one to my cart because I've been wanting to try it because at one time, it's under my loves. At one time, Teresa's Deb was talking about how much she loved this primer. And she talked about how much she loved this primer until the Tatcha silk canvas, the liquid silk canvas came out, and now she says either one of those is her favorite. So I do want to try it just to see how it is, and I would like to compare it to see if it's different from the Tatcha silk canvas one. The next thing I added was the Tatcha, the Silk Peony Melting Eye Cream, and it is $60 for that eye cream, and I want to try it just to see how it is. I need another eye cream. I would not spend $60 on an eye cream though. But I would, if I had money, I would. If I had an infinite amount of money, I would. The next thing I added was the Pat McGrath Labs Mini Eye Ecstasy Eyeshadow Palette. And it's in the color Submersive. And these are just all shimmers. And it's $28. And I think they would probably be good for putting a bronzer in your crease and then just putting one of those over your lid and going, or maybe using another transition shade and putting that all over your lid and go. I think it would be really cute, and I'd want to try it. The next thing I have on my cart is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Norvina Pro Pigment Palette Volume 1. And it's $60. And I added this to my cart because it's purple. It has a lot of purples, warm tone purples in it. I'd want to try it. It's pretty. It appeals to me. Out of the 3, Volume 1, 2, and 3, this one appeals to me the most out of those 3. The next thing I have is the Tarte Timeless Smoothing Primer. Is a half an ounce for $39. And I got a little sample from Sephora. And this stuff is so good. I almost want to say that it's better than the Tatcha Silk Canvas, the putty, the Tatcha Silk Canvas in the tub. I think it's better than that one. It really blurred my pores when I had this sample, and I really enjoyed it. And I would like to have a full size. The next thing I have is the Kaja Beauty Bento Bouncy Shimmer Eyeshadow Trio. And this one is in the shade Hella Azalea. It's $21. It's like the others. It's a pinky, cute eyeshadow that I would like to try. The next thing I have is I'm getting up on 40 minutes now. This is going to be a long video. The next thing I have is the Becca Cosmetics Shimmering Skin Perfector Pressed Prismatic Amethyst. And it's in Prismatic Amethyst is the shade. And it just looks really pretty. It's a purple highlight. I don't have any purple highlights, so this would definitely be unique to my collection. It's $38. The next thing I have is the Pat McGrath Labs Less Lip Gloss in the Divine Rose collection. But this one is the shade Divine Rose, and it's $28. And I'd want it just because I want to try the formula, and that color looks gorgeous. I think it would be really pretty on the lips. The next thing I have is the Natasha Denona Cranberry Eyeshadow Palette. It's $48. And it's kind of like in the same thing as their mini ones, but this is a bigger one. It has 5 shades. It's just my colors and gorgeous. And I'd want to try it just to see how it is. The next thing I have is another Natasha Denona thing, and it is the Gold Eyeshadow Palette. It's $129. And I think out of everything out of this cart, this is the one thing I want the most, just because everybody talks about how good it is. Everybody's talked about how good it is since it came out, and they still do to this day. So it's like, I need to try this because the shades just look so unique and so gorgeous. And it has a teal shade in there that really appeals to me. So I put that one in my cart. The next thing I added was the Dyson Supersonic Hair Dryer. And I added that just because it looks gorgeous. I have it in the color Iron Fuchsia, because pink. And it's $399. That is just something I would never get for myself. But I just want to try it because it looks so bougie. And they say it's more comfortable in your hand because the motor is in the handle instead of in the top part. So it's supposed to be more lightweight in your hands. Whatever. They came up with an excuse to charge $400 for a blow dryer. Next thing I have is the Milk Cosmetics Millennial Pinks Eyeshadow Palette. And it's $58. So I added this to my cart after trying the purple one that I got. I want to try this pink one now. And everybody says that this was not a good formula in this palette, but I really want to try it. Because it's pink and I love pinks. So maybe one day if I had a lot of money, I would try it. The next thing I have is the Cinema Secrets Makeup Brush Cleaner Pro Starter Kit. And it's $25. I just want to try that for like a quick, easy way to clean my brushes. In my head, anyways. The next thing I have is the Natasha Denona Sunrise Eyeshadow Palette. And it's $65. I just like the color story. I think it looks really pretty. I've heard horrible reviews on it saying it wasn't worth the price, but I still would want to try it if I had money. Next thing I have is the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base Priming Moisturizer. It is $60. And this one I heard about this one from Emily Noel, actually. She talks about her face base. She really likes it. And I would like to try it just to see how it is. Next thing I have is the Fresh Sugar Hydrating Balm in the color Watermelon. And I added this because I heard that this one is a really good lip balm too. And it's only $18. So realistically, I could have that in real life. The next thing I have is the Pat McGrath Labs Matte Trance Lipstick in Divine Rose collection. And it's in the shade Christy. And it's $38. And this is the more pinky one. There's a pink one and then there's more of a peachy one. I think this is the more pink one. I have them both in my cart, I think, actually. The shades just look gorgeous, and I want to try it. The next thing I have is the Huda Beauty Mercury Retrograde Eyeshadow Palette. It's $67. And it's just the first pastel palette, I think, that I've seen. And I thought, oh, this is so gorgeous. I have to try it. But a lot of people said it's not that good, so I don't know. And the next thing I have, I just tossed this in the cart, is the Sol de Janeiro Brazilian Boom Boom Cream. And it's $45 for an 8.1 ounce. I've had a travel size version of this, and I really like it. It smells amazing, but I go through body cream way too fast to spend $45 on one, so I've never picked it up. The next thing I have is the Pharmacy Cheer Up Brightening Vitamin C Eye Cream with Arola Cherry, and it's $45 for a half an ounce. I want to try this because there's somebody here, I can't remember who it was at this time, somebody on YouTube was talking about how good this was. And it's cherry, so why not? Why wouldn't I want it? The next thing I have on here is the Natasha Denona Bloom Cheek Palette, and it's $55. I've just heard good things about it since it came out, and I want to try it. It looks like really gorgeous coral shades with a really pretty cranberry type blush, cream blush in it. It looks gorgeous. The next thing I have is the Tower 28 Beach Please Tinted Lip and Cheek Balm, and this one is just in the shade Happy Hour, and it's $20, and I would definitely add this to my cart. The next thing I have in my cart is the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Blush Collection Incandescent Electra, and it's $40. Once again, I've heard amazing things about Hourglass's ambient lighting stuff, so I want to try it just to see if it's really that good. The next thing I have is the Glow Recipe Banana Soulful Moisturizing Cream. It's $39, and I added it because I want my face to smell like bananas. So that's that. The next thing I added was the Slip Silk Pillowcase, and it's in the color Pink Marble, and it's $89. I have a satin pillowcase, but I would like to try a real silk one just to see how it is. The next thing I have is the Lancome Monsieur Big Mascara, and it's in the shade black, and it's $25. And I got this because I've heard from Kelly Strack, and I've heard from Kate the Great Beauty that it is a really good mascara, and I would like to try it and see how good it is. The next thing I have is the Natasha Denona Mini Retro Eyeshadow Palette, and it's $25. And I wanted to get this when it launched, but I didn't because it sold out really quick. But everybody talks about it being really good, and I just love the pink and the greens in there. It's just gorgeous. The next thing I added was the Melt Cosmetics Smoke Sessions eyeshadow palette. It's $48, and I just like the shades, the green shades and the darker grungier shades. The Melt Cosmetics does those grungy shades the best, and if you love grungy shades, their palettes are always going to appeal to you. So I want to try that one. It got a lot of crap because they say that it's really messy, that the shimmers come out of the palette, but I still want to try it. I'm finally getting near the end. The next thing I have is the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Bronzer and Nude Bronze Light, and it's $52. Just because I'd want to try the ambient lighting powders because everybody talks about how good they are. Next thing I have is the Dominique Cosmetics Berries and Cream Eyeshadow Palette, and it's $44. And I added it because it's my color story. I've heard some good things about Dominique Cosmetics, and I love pinks and purples, and this is pretty much pinks and purples, so it's definitely my color story. The next thing I added was the Pat McGrath Labs Matte Trance Lipstick Divine Rose Collection in the shade Soft Core, and I think this is the peachier version of those shades. It's $38. I want to try it because I've never tried any Pat McGrath lipsticks. and those, the Divine Rose collection of them, they just appeal to me so much because they're my colors. And the last thing, finally, we're at the end. The last thing is the Violet Voss Flamingo Pro eyeshadow palette, and it's $45. And I added that to my cart because it just looks so summery and gorgeous, and it looks like the perfect summertime eyeshadow palette. So, the subtotal of my cart before anything, my cart totaled $4,067. That is a lot of money. It is way over the $1,000 that you only have to spend, but this was more along the lines if I had won the lottery, or if Sephora was like, okay, you can get whatever you want shopping spree, then I would go get it. So I spent way over $1,000. I was just adding things to my cart and then just went and looked at the end when I was done with everything that I would realistically want, see how much it was, and that's a lot of money. I think it's a lot of money to spend on makeup, especially for a normal person. That is my sort of $1,000 Sephora fantasy basket. Everything I would get if I could at Sephora. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Sorry it's a little bit of a long one. I'm going to try to cut it down more because right now I'm looking at 52 minutes at the end of this. I'm hoping I can cut this down more when I go to edit. But if I can't, I'm sorry for such a long video. But I really enjoyed doing this tag. I love that Emily Noel created this. And this is giving me inspiration. I think I'm going to go after this later on and do my fantasy Ulta basket. Just because Ulta has the best of both worlds. That I could probably realistically stick to $1,000 at Ulta. Just because they have the drugstore and the high end. So you can add drugstore to the mix. And I like that idea. So you'll have to let me know if you want to see down below. If you want to see me do my $1,000 Ulta fantasy basket and what I would get there. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you're having a great day. And if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you like my videos and you've been coming back and watching more of my videos and you're not subscribed yet, please consider subscribing. And you can check down below in the description box. I have all my socials listed along with everything that's on my face today. So I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.